The Weaver House is a historic property. It's located at 602 North 3rd Street in Ozark, Missouri. It's very close to what used to be the original Ozark Square, just to our south, about a half a block. And since that time, the original square, or the square, has been moved to the current location. Well, they didn't keep great records back in the 1800s, but the Historic Society says 1855, although I have documentation that goes as far back as 1842. The latest date that I have is 1858, so 1855 is probably a good mid-compromise. It has connections to the Civil War, the Battle of Ozark. I think it was August of 1862, just down the street from us where the current Ozark Park is, took place, and supposedly the Weaver House acted as a temporary hospital for the wounded at that time. According to legend from the old timers, the Union and Confederate troops would break at noon and actually come up to the Weaver House and share dinner together before they took their arms back up and went back to the battle. Kind of strange. But it also has connections to the Ozark Mill. John Weaver, the original builder of the Weaver House, actually owned the Ozark Mill at the time, and that's probably why he built this house, so that he could be close by. And at that time you could actually see the mill from here. Now it's covered by trees, obviously, but and then it also has connections to the Bald Knobbers, a vigilante group that has historic roots in Taney County, but actually there was a chapter in Christian County, and in the 1889, 3 of those Bald Knobbers were hung on the Ozark Square, but one of their last meetings was supposedly held here in the Weaver House. This is a burned area in the floor up here in the north room of the Weaver House, where the Bald Knobbers purportedly burned an image of their mask into the floor at one of their last meetings here at the Weaver House. They purportedly met here. It was a common meeting place for them, and this was one of the last meetings they did that. The house actually stood here and was actually considered being torn down at one time, and a man named Don Russell, he was an architect, pretty well known. He bought the house for his mother, and he remodeled it, essentially resuscitated it, brought it back to life, and that's why he was famous for his spiral staircases, and that's what we're seeing now. And Don, much to his credit, really could be said to be the one who actually spared the Weaver House, and that's the reason we still have it today. At one time, it was actually used by the city for the Parks and Recreation Department. In fact, many people still today think it's owned by the city of Ozark. After that, sometime it turned into a business called Cody Junction, and it was an antique store for many years. And then when that owner passed away, the property sat vacant for about 12 years. And it was in much need of repair, and we just happened to be walking up the street one day, and we noticed it looked like it was in not very good shape, so we contacted the owner and were able to purchase the property. And it's kind of a dream come true, because my dad back in the 70s wanted to buy this house, and my mom wouldn't let him do it because she thought it would be a money pit, and she was right, but it's turned out to be our money that we've shoveled into the money pit. So anyway, it's coming around, and it's looking a lot better now, and we're really proud of what we've done for it. Well, right now we are considering opening up to the public as an Airbnb. So if people want to come and stay here, they can do it. It has a lot of rumors to be haunted. In fact, there's an article in the newspaper about it being one of the most haunted properties in the Ozarks, and so it's a good time for people to come out. It's also on the haunted walking tour that Ozark puts on, and that will be this will be the first year that we will be able to have guests inside to see the property. So there have been several ghost hunting groups here, and some have said yes, they believe it is haunted. We have had a couple of experiences here, but I don't get any vibes when I'm here really, except maybe late at night. You know, it's can be a little scary, but yeah, I think it could be.
Scott had gone to work one morning, and I was still in bed, and I was kind of dozing, and all of a sudden there's a little hallway upstairs, and the plastic ripped down violently, and I sat up and I said, "Scott," and I was like, "He's gone." And so I got up and I looked, and sure enough, I had it taped really well to keep dust out. So yeah, it was ripped down.
Supposedly, a little girl died here. There used to be a stagecoach stop right next to the house, and she was ill, and they brought her in, and she passed away here. And of course, the Civil War soldiers, I don't know if any of them died, but there are purported blood stains on the floor upstairs. We do have stains. I don't know if they're really blood or not, but so yeah, we've got that.
I've had feelings of, like somebody behind me, someone over my shoulder a lot when I'm cleaning or working in here, and it's like, you're just going on about your own business, and then all of a sudden you can just kind of feel a presence, and it's like, so you feel like someone's watching you.
We weren't living here yet, and I was coming home late at night and noticed a light on upstairs, so I thought that was strange, so I pulled in and thought I'd go up there and turn it off, and as soon as I opened the door, I just had this feeling come over me that I needed to leave, and so I did. So I didn't stick around to find out, but I had the most foreboding feeling that I should not come in, and so I opened the door and just closed it back, didn't come in. So that was the only experience that I had that, you can interpret it any way you want.
Sure. We come in with just minimal equipment, just trying to, figure out what would work best here. And we have not been disappointed. We've set up our equipment, we went through. Several of us have had different experiences, but we've all heard baby laughing for no reason.
There's a music box upstairs in the southern bedroom. Can you walk by that? No heat signature, no nothing.
So the baby, when we set her up, she is a motion detector. She will let you know of movement, especially in the dark. The baby was set high on the shelf so that none of us could set it off. And the phenomenon is we hardly get her to respond to us on a regular hunt. She might do one reaction out of 10. Tonight, she's made up for all the investigations we've ever took her on, because we put her on the shelf, and she was just going off for a solid hour while nobody was in that room.
I know you like baby doll. There's another one in the other room.
when nothing was going on, she was still laughing her little heart out. So they've been very responsive with that tonight. EMF detection, that's what that lantern is. It's just a new way of detecting it, a little bit more sensitive equipment than we already have. That just kind of alerts us to change in our environment. When ghosts are often near, they have to have energy, because we are energy, and they have to have something. So they'll pull from the environment to have the energy. When they do that, it creates what we call a cold spot. And that cold spot will help the EMF detectors go off. It will also set our temperature sensors off, just kind of giving us a sign that there's a change in our environment, and then we try to track that change down.
Kind of looks like a devil's head. Can you tell me what that is? Are the bald knobbers meeting here tonight?
Thank you very much.
Were you a bald knobber?
Or are you a bald knobber? I got this puppy on the floor. If you want to come by and pet it, it likes to be pet.
No, what happened?
I was coming up the stairs and the obelisk went off and it said, "Have Nickel Kim."
And you're Kim.
I am Kim. It says hold. Hold for what? Do you want me to go back downstairs? Or are you trying to stop me from coming up?
Drained everybody in here.
Oh my.
That thing's drained. I charged that all night long last night. This thing's drained. This is what you heard going on. Are you part of the bald knobbers?
There goes Boo Baby again.
Are you part of the military?
Rage. Could.
Says Kim hold rage could. That's not a group of words I want to see together.
Are you mad about being here?
You know, this house has been around a long time and it's got a lot of history. Some of it not all good, some of it not bad, but it's been a home where there's tragic events that happen. We've come in, and you don't have to have that to have a haunting, but this place does have that. But we come in with all of our equipment and hope for maybe one or two, you know, good stuff. Go back and listen. Hope you catch an MVP. Tonight, it's just been very constant, on the ball, reaction, and it's reactions we cannot cause.
So we moved the baby.
Oh. Thank you. That's sweet. Appreciate it.
Can you do that again?
Saying, sure. I got you. So to me, that's validation that what we're experiencing is paranormal phenomenon.
You know, it doesn't really scare me because I've been here long enough to where it's nothing negative.
If there's anything here, it doesn't seem to be antagonistic or anything like that. Like I said, I lived in another house that we did have seemingly antagonistic experiences. But this house does not give me the same feeling as that one did. And so yeah, I think we can coexist.